Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 4th Annual STEMmys Awards. And before we introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies, we're going to have the Honorable Vice Mayor of the City of Cincinnati come forward to read a proclamation because she's a busy woman and she made the time to come and join us. And so we truly appreciate that. So please welcome Ms. Jan Michelle Lemon-Kearney.
Thanks, everybody. I know it's the 4th, but it's the first time being back in person for, 2 years? So yay, isn't that great? So I hope a lot of you went to Midwest Con, but I was talking to Rob Richardson, who is the founder of that, and he said, we celebrate sports, we celebrate the arts, but how often do we celebrate STEM? And STEM is the future. I mean, the job growth, the opportunities, they are in STEM. And so we are really excited about the STEMmy Awards Gala. This is fantastic. Give yourselves a round of applause. And it's great to see the room is packed. This is wonderful. So Dr. Gaskins, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm going to read a proclamation. And this is from the City of Cincinnati, from your mayor, Aftab Puraval, who wishes he could be here. He's excited about STEM as well. So, proclamation from the City of Cincinnati, be it proclaimed. Why don't I have you help me with this? Because people tend to zone out when folks read proclamations. They're like, oh, how many whereas clauses are we going to have to hear? So I'm going to have you do the whereas with me. How about that? So when I point to you, you say whereas, and that'll make sure that you're paying attention, okay? All right. Okay, so. Whereas. The Gaskins Foundation has been an inspiration and strong supporter of young women and men in the greater Cincinnati area. And. Whereas. You guys are good. The Gaskins Foundation has provided free and low-cost programming in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics for K through 12 students. And the Gaskins Foundation has provided thought leadership and strategic initiatives on how to prepare families to enter the STEM workforce. And the Gaskins Foundation has provided scholarships and financial support for racially and ethnically diverse students. And this is going to be your last one, so make it big. The Gaskins Foundation has created the STEMmys Awards to highlight the achievements of African Americans in STEM. Now, therefore, I, Vice Mayor Kearney, on behalf of Aftab Puraval, Mayor of the City of Cincinnati, do hereby proclaim today, October 1st, 2022, as STEMmys Day in Cincinnati. Woo!
And now it is my pleasure to introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies for the evening, Mrs. Rakisha Thompson.
Good evening. So if no one has told you yet, let me be the first to say that you all look stunning tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'm Dr. Rakisha Thompson. I'm a senior director in R&D in hair care at P&G. And some P&G folks in the room, all right? I'm going to be your host for tonight's event. Welcome to the Gaskins Foundation 4th Annual STEMmys Award Show and Scholarship Fundraiser. So get your checkbooks ready. You heard scholarship fundraiser. It is a pleasure to be here with you tonight to celebrate the program awardees. Tonight, we will be highlighting the achievements of African Americans in STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Tonight, we're going to be celebrating catalysts, game changers, iconic leaders. And so if you were not excited before, I hope that now you are on the edge of your seat because you cannot wait to see who each of them are. They have all made extremely powerful contributions to STEM, and tonight we're going to honor a select few of them for what they have achieved, the countless lives they have influenced, and the inspiration they offer. Without further delay, Delano, please come back to the stage.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson, for the introduction, and thank you for sharing in this wonderful occasion. I'm Delano White, the Executive Director of the Gaskins Foundation. So about 10 years ago, while she was serving as Miss Black Ohio, Dr. Whitney Gaskins, my wife, created a platform to increase the number of underrepresented minorities going into the STEM fields. And in 2013, that pageant platform went from community workshops to a living, breathing nonprofit with a similar mission. And in that time, we have helped students throughout the greater Cincinnati area pursue their dreams of becoming the next Dr. Keith Melvin, Melvin Gravely, or Pamela Williams Dow, amongst others. In 2018, a few of us were eating dinner, and the question came up, why isn't there an event that recognizes the work of African Americans in STEM? It's a question that led to the launching of the inaugural STEMmys Awards in 2019. And we said in order for that to be successful, two things would have been accomplished. One, we recognize the African Americans that have made advancements in the area of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in the greater Cincinnati community. And two, we raise funds for students to pursue their dreams. That first year, we considered it a success. We honored 14 honorees and gave away our first Wesley White Memorial Scholarship. Then the world was turned upside down with COVID. But like many, we moved forward. And we held the next two shows, giving away 28 more STEMmys Awards and 2 more scholarships. And now, as the world is adjusting to the now normal and beginning to celebrate excellence in STEM, we are honored to celebrate 14 new STEMmys honorees and present another Wesley White Memorial Scholar. The winners in each category were nominated by colleagues and community members. And the winners were selected by the STEMmys planning team, including myself, Dr. Karen Bankston of KDB and Associates, and the foundation, and the founder of the foundation, the woman who I'm about to bring to the stage, again, my wife and baby mama, the wonderful Dr. Whitney Gaskins.
Thank you. I think it's obvious that, yeah, I am expecting. But good evening, all, and thank you for joining us. Before we begin dinner, allow me a moment to thank our sponsors. All of you who have paid for tables, gave money towards our scholarship, our Wesley White Memorial Scholar. Jacobs, thank you so much for believing in our mission, supporting our cause. Everything that you've been able to do helps us further our work, our mission. It helps our young children, aspiring scientists and engineers, understand that it's a community endeavor. And we just want to say thank you again for all of your support. As they used to say, you could have been anywhere in the world this evening, but you chose to be here. Whether that reason is because you've won an award, you want to support a winner, or maybe you just believe in supporting the growth of STEM, we just want to say thank you for your presence. To our scholar sponsor, Jacobs, we appreciate you for your support, and we know that your partnership will go directly to supporting students pursuing STEM careers. And to everyone who purchased a table this evening, it would not look like this without you. Thank you for believing in us. And before we continue, we moved that part. I apologize. We heard our proclamation. I was going to have our proclamation read to all of you. We're actually going to move to the blessing of dinner. Are you guys ready to eat? Okay.
Let us bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for allowing us to have traveling mercy as we come to this place. We ask that you watch over us, make sure that in these troublesome times that we are living and breathing and doing your work. We ask that you bless this meal, bless the hands that prepared it, allow it to provide nourishment. Bless everyone in this room and everyone that wanted to be in this room but could not make it. We ask that you keep us all under your watchful eye. These and all blessings we ask in your name. Amen. Let's eat.
I hope everyone is enjoying your dinner. Please continue. We're going to move on with our program. We want to thank the Graduate Cincinnati Receptions Banquet Center for your hospitality. Isn't this a great venue? Please welcome our first 3 award presenters, Robert Richardson Jr., Susan Mosioso, and Dr. Ty Collins.
Hey, how's everybody doing? You know, I'm a little tall, so I got to adjust this a little bit and carry the mic. So it is, first of all, this is such an honor and such a great thing that we're all gathered here. I want to give it up one more time for Whitney Gaskins and Delano White, to all the effort they put in. Give them a round of applause. I can tell you from experience of throwing events, this is a lot of work, a lot of effort went into this. And they really care about the community. They spend time thinking about how they can make the world better. And so we're grateful to have them here as a power couple in this community, and I'm grateful to have been working with them. I have to think about the math for almost a decade, and so I look forward to the next decade and all the future scholars that are going to come out of this organization, because I know there are many that are coming. So, and they're going to be the future people that we're celebrating in the future here. So I have the honor, though, of talking about somebody that I know well, and he is the Technologist of the Year. But I've known him for a little bit longer than that. We actually pledged the same fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. So, and I think there's a few Kappas in here, so I won't embarrass y'all. We don't have to necessarily get a sign, but I know some of the Brothers of Achievement are in here. But we have known each other since then. We are line brothers. And we've come up, and now, you know, we're fathers, and it's now. And now he is the Technologist of the Year, but he's a lot more than that. His company is CyberSecure. He's also the chair of 4A, the African American affiliate. He's also on the board of governors at the Lindner College of Business. And he's always been about his business. He's always been about serving. And he brought his daughter here who didn't want to be here, but I told her I was going to talk about her for that. But she's going to remember this going forward, because that's part of what we have to do as parents. And he's a good parent while also being a business person, while also giving back to the community. So it is my honor and privilege to introduce Aku Williams, the Technologist of the Year. Aku.
Good evening. I am the first one, so I guess I'm starting everything off. Thank you to the Gaskins Foundation for this award. I was always wondering how I got nominated, or even how I even got this. It's interesting that I knew when my Sands was here, I was like, something is up. So I think he has something to do with it. But I just truly appreciate everything the STEMmys is about. I appreciate this award. Actually, we'll talk about my daughter. I actually used to have her in some of the STEM programs that you see that the Gaskins Foundation used to do, because as a techie and kind of a nerdy type of person growing up, I wanted my daughter to be involved just from the exposure standpoint. So I'll stop there. I just want to say thank you, and everybody continue to support this program. And I truly am honored and humbled by this award. I didn't see it coming, and I'm very thankful for it, because it's for us, by us, so to be acknowledged by other African Americans in this field. I speak a lot about technology. And I want to give a shout out to my mother over there because of her, Inez Williams, I would not be involved. So again, it's about exposure to the youth. My mom used to bring home this big old huge computer with like this handle, and I used to play on it. And it was another organization in Columbus, Ohio called National Technical Association. So please give a round of applause for my mother. She's over there. So without her, I'll probably never be up here for this award. So thank you.
Good evening. I'm a little bit shorter than the last person, so I'm going to take it down a little bit here. Hi, I'm Susan Moisio, and I'm the Global Vice President and the Global Director of Water for Jacobs. And I'm honored this evening to present this year's Community Organization of the Year Award. The mission of the Urban League is to transform generations by promoting personal empowerment and economic self-sufficiency. The Urban League has served this region's underserved population since 1948. The Urban League reaches thousands of families through their workforce development training, youth, and financial services and community partnerships. Please welcome Kelly Dukes from the Urban League to accept this year's award for the Community Organization of the Year.
Yeah, I was like, okay, not lean with it, rock with it. Thank you, I appreciate that. So again, kind of echoing what Mr. Williams said, first want to give thanks to the Gaskins Foundation for honoring the Urban League with this award. I have some of my colleagues as well as some of the parents from our Black Caregiver Network here with me today. So just want to thank you all for your recognition for what the Urban League has done in workforce development, but as well as within the schools. The parents and I have worked diligently over the past year to create a parent engagement toolkit that we'll be presenting to the Board of Education soon. So we hope to have your support there. And again, just want to thank you all for being here and thank you for this award. Thank you.
Good evening, good evening. My name is Dr. Ty Collins. I'm an associate professor and coordinator of the school psychology program in the College of Education, Criminal Justice, and Human Services at the University of Cincinnati. I'm also on the leadership team of the Black Faculty Association at the University of Cincinnati, and I'm honored to present one of our very own members with the 2022 STEMmys Faculty Member of the Year Award. Dr. Kwumi is an assistant professor of engineering education in the College of Engineering and Applied Science at the University of Cincinnati. He has an undergraduate degree from the University of Chang in Cameroon and graduate degrees from the University of Yaoundé in Cameroon. He completed a certificate for teaching engineering and higher education from Villanova University. Cedric is driven by the vision that excellence is his students' destiny. Can we give a hand clap for that? Amen. He is a facilitator on his students' journey to excellence. As such, he strives to support and inspire them to adapt to change and shape change. This drive guides his activities in teaching, research, and the community, as well as professional service with a focus on professional information of future engineers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Cedric Kwumi.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gaskins Foundation, Delano, Whitney, my department, my wife, my God, and most important, my students. So my dad, thank you very much. Yes, so like Dr. Tai said, our mission is to support those first-year students, freshly from high school. It's not always easy for them, the transition. So we make it a mission to our department to ease the transition to college and get them to dream and support them as they achieve those dreams. It's not always easy for these students. Some come to college with some challenge, not necessarily the right background, and we try, and with the Gaskins Foundation, our mission is to see how we can support them, we can lift them, and make sure they achieve their dream. Thank you again.
Wow. I hope everybody's inspired as I am. let's give another round of applause for our first three winners. Now, we're just getting started, and we're going to keep the show moving right along. I want to invite up to the stage our next three presenters, Brittany Tudor, Kathy Bailey, and Felicia Becker.
Good evening. My name is Brittany Tudor, and I'm the principal of the world's greatest elementary school, Evanston Academy. Thank you. I'm here to present the 2022 STEMmy Awards for Educator of the Year, grades K to 6, to one of Evanston Academy's own, Mrs. Deirdre Simpson. She is now teaching in her 30th year with Cincinnati Public Schools. Yes. She also just completed her 27th year teaching summer school at our Project Connect summer program for students experiencing homelessness. Through the school year, Mrs. Simpson teaches science for 5th and 6th grade students at Evanston Academy, where she's also been the lead teacher for the past 15 years. She has been a robotics coach for the past 10 years and has earned close to 50 trophies and awards over that 10-year span. For 5 years, Mrs. Simpson works closely with scientists at the National Air and Space Museum Center, Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C., planning a science program that virtually brought the Smithsonian and STEM concepts into the science classroom. The NASM project, along with GE and the Cincinnati Public Schools, was nationally recognized and a great success. Deirdre Simpson wears many hats. She also is an Ohio Resident Educator Program Facilitator for the Cincinnati Public Schools and the state of Ohio, where she has coached and mentored over 100 newly hired teachers to the district and worked closely with them for their first 4 years of their teaching career. She's married to her high school sweetheart, the proud mother of one child who is an engineer, and the mother teacher of many students who she passionately teaches and deeply adores. Her motto is to live, laugh, and love, treating people the way you want to be treated. Her career goal is to leave a legacy of love and a passion for learning. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present this year's STEMmys Educator of the Year Award to Mrs. Deirdre Simpson.
I would like to thank the STEMmys Awards for this opportunity to receive such a phenomenal award. I would like to thank the Gaskins Foundation for even considering me for such an award. I would like to give the glory to God because I would not be who I am if not for Him. And I would like to thank my students who trust me each day to come and make a difference in their lives.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Bernardino Bailey. I am normally the executive director of Greater Cincinnati Waterworks, but right now I'm on temporary assignment to the federal government as a senior advisor to remove lead service lines from all of these cities that we have across the nation. I'm trying to make sure that we get a piece of all that infrastructure money. Last year I was the third Applied Scientist STEMmy Award last year. I have the privilege of introducing this year's recipient of the Applied Scientist of the Year Award. Dr. Judson Hayes III enjoyed a wonderful childhood growing up in San Francisco, California, and traveling the world as a Navy brat. Dr. Haynes is a proud graduate of Hampton University and Louisiana State University. He served as the 40th National President of the National Organization for the Professional Advancement of Black Chemists and Chemical Engineers, and the Chair-elect of the American Chemical Society Cincinnati section. He is a recipient of numerous leadership and mentoring awards over his 20-plus years as a chemist. Dr. Haynes is an R&D director at P&G and resides in Cincinnati, Ohio with his wife. nutritionist Dr. Sheila Haynes, and together are dedicated parents of 2 teenagers. Please welcome the recipient of the 4th Annual STEMmys Applied Scientist of the Year Award, Dr. Judson Haynes III.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for this award. This is really, truly a blessing, and it's very exciting to be recognized in this way. I just wanted to make a few notations here, thanking the selection committee for selecting me. I'm sure there were lots of great candidates, and I really appreciate this. I also want to thank my friends across the Cincinnati and United States area. There are lots of friends that you make along the way on your journey in science, and sometimes your circles come around over and over again, so I want to thank all my friends. I also want to thank my P&G colleagues, several of which are here tonight, including my boss. I want to say thank you to the P&G community. It's just such an inspiring and passionate and dedicated force of scientists that every day it motivates and inspires me, so I'm just very fortunate to be in that environment. I want to thank my family, my son, my daughter. Both of them are not going into science, but I'm proud of them. We're proud of them. I want to thank my wife, most of all, for supporting me over these years. My wife is an organic chemist, so we have lots of debates, analytical chemists and organic chemists debating, but she's been wonderful in helping me flesh out my ideas and make them come to reality, so I want to thank you for that. Congratulations to all the recipients tonight, and thank you again to the committee for this award.
How are we going? My name is Felicia Beckham, and I am a family nurse practitioner working at the University of Cincinnati, and I'm the recipient of the 2nd Annual STEMmys Healthcare Professional of the Year Award in 2020. It is my pleasure to present this year's Healthcare Professional of the Year to Dr. Kent Robinson. Ken Robinson is a board-certified internal medicine physician. He is currently a staff physician employed by Mercy Health. His practice integrates the specialty of internal medicine with nutritional and preventive approaches to health and wellness. Dr. Robinson received his medical degree from the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine, where he was honored with the Salvador N. Andrino Award for outstanding work in the field of pathology. He completed his residency training at University of Cincinnati in Cincinnati, Ohio. Dr. Kent Robinson was recognized nationally by the American Diabetes Association and the National Committee of Quality Assurance for Quality Diabetes Care. He is currently the LPCC preceptor, faculty member of the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine. Dr. Robinson's committee involvement, both here and abroad, is lifelong. He is a motivational speaker on issues of health and wellness, both locally and nationally. He is a co-founder and director of Optimal Health and Wellness Initiative. It is an organization that promotes holistic approaches to healthcare globally. Dr. Robinson travels to Ghana in the West African region of Africa, working in clinics and hospitals in rural areas of the country, treating hundreds of individuals during his visits. One of his projects is the integrative allopathic medicine with traditional healing practices of local areas. His global outreach has included Haiti and Nigeria. Dr. Robinson received many community awards and honors. Among these are the Martin Luther King Award, Emancipation Award, Humanitarian Award, Servants Award, and Heroes of the Hood Award. Dr. Robinson is a member of the Cincinnati Medical Association, the National Medical Association, the Association of Black Cardiologists, and the American Medical Association. His hobbies include music, history, gardening, astronomy, and coin collecting. Please take a moment to honor Dr. Kent Robinson.
Good evening. It's an honor and a privilege to be here and accept this award. It wasn't expected. When Dr. Gaskins finally got in contact with me, it was actually months after she had made her initial approach. So I certainly appreciate being here and accepting this, and also being a part of the Gaskins Foundation family in a sense, because what they do is a different level. You know, anytime you talk about creating environments where people are learning, students, youth are learning about math and science and, medicine and all the other things that are associated with STEM, that's a good thing, because oftentimes that exposure is not there. The other thing that's good, and what I really value among all the other things that are valuable with the organization, the foundation, is reaching back and grabbing those who may not be grabbed. Very, very important that everybody is included, because with an organization that I started called the Optimal Health and Wellness Initiative, the thing that we talk about is optimal health and wellness for everyone. So the opportunity should be for everyone to get that education and become the next leaders. We have a number of scholars out here, and it's clear that the movement of scholarly people in the direction of helping is very, very good. We also know our scholars from the past, the Cheikh-Anta Diop and the Benjamin Bannagers and the Charles Drew. I mean, we stand on their shoulders. And as we move forward, we like to make sure that we pass on what we have gotten and what we've learned so that the community becomes stronger. So to that note, I think that the foundation, I applaud them for all that they do. I applaud them for reaching back, as I've said, and because we know that it takes a number of us to move things forward to make a world a better place for everybody. Thank you. Least I be remiss, let me acknowledge my lovely wife and all the support she gives. Yeah. My mother, who couldn't make it, my children, my brother, my grandchildren. Thank you.
Good save, Dr. Robinson. Hey, wow. Again, right? Are you continuing to be like on fire as we are experiencing just the awesomeness of being in a room with so many amazing, phenomenal leaders? Let's give them another round of applause. One of the common things about the winners is that each honoree has a strong commitment to our community. The commitment matches the commitment of the STEMmys and the Gaskin Foundation. In addition to our STEMmys honoree, earlier today we honored STEM community champions. Here to once again honor this year's community champions is Ms. April Gordy, the host of this year's STEM Community Champions STEMmys Scholars VIP Reception. April Gordy.
Our community champions representing various community organizations were recognized at a reception, VIP reception, earlier today. My name is April Gordy, and I served as host during that, and I am privileged and honored to do so. This is Mr. Waylon White, Whitney and Delano's child, if you have not met him, who is attached to me at the hip right now. So, community champions, please stand as we call your name. This year's community champions are Dr. Yajita Mack, principal of North College Hill High School and a member of the Links Incorporated. Dr. Jennifer Williams, I know Jennifer's here. She had to leave, got you. Principal of Hughes STEM High School and a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And Jolie Newman, co-chaired of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Cincinnati Alumni Chapters, Delta Academy ladies and gentlemen. Please let's take a minute to recognize these community champions as they take a stand and take a bow, proverbially. You want to wave? Say hi. Say hi. Here to present our next 3 awards, please welcome Beth McNeil, Paula Lampley, and Dr. Devonna Gatlin.
Good evening. Everybody looks wonderful. It's just wonderful to look around and see so many beautiful faces here to support Whitney and Delano. And this is a labor of love for them. So let's give Delano and Whitney a round of applause. My name is Beth McNeil. I'm the Senior Director of Sales and Engagement at the Cincinnati Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I'm also a proud member of the Gaskins Foundation Board of Directors. I have the honor of introducing this year's STEMmys Corporation of the Year, Turner Construction. Turner Construction is a North America-based international construction services company and is a leading builder of some of the most ambitious projects in the world. The experience and commitment of their people makes them a recognized commercial contractor across a network of 47 offices. Turner is the largest general contractor in the country, completing $12 billion of construction on 1,500 projects each year, and have been building the greater Cincinnati region since 1903, starting with the construction of the Ingalls Building, the world's first reinforced concrete skyscraper. Over their 120-year history, they've had the opportunity to build across a diverse portfolio of markets, including healthcare, higher ed, K-12, sports, public assembly, government, industrial, data centers, commercial office, restaurant and retail, hospitality, and mixed-use multifamily developments. Some of the most recognized projects include FC Cincinnati, TQL Stadium, University of Cincinnati, Carl H. Linder College of Business, Nippert Stadium, Court and Walnut, Great American Tower, and the Union Terminal renovation and restoration. Turner's mission goes beyond bricks and sticks of buildings and is rooted in being the highest value provider of technical expertise in order to maximize the investments of their clients. Turner has done great work creating a diverse and inclusive company culture and has been recognized nationally. Turner is the proud recipient of the 2020 Ohio Minority Supplier Development Council Corporation of the Year Award, the 2021 Northern Kentucky Chamber of Business Impact Award, the 2021 Climb Award for creating economic inclusion with intention, and for the 7th year in a row is the only construction company that has achieved a perfect score of 100% on the Human Rights Campaign Foundation's Corporate Equality Index, designating them as the best place to work for LGBTQ equality. Their work is the result of partnering with a variety of organizations who share similar passions in creating positive change within the communities they live, work, and play. Please welcome from Turner Construction, Kristen Smitherman Bolton.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. On behalf of Turner Construction and our colleagues who are here as well, Jasmine Whitfield and Dave Bereswell, we are so appreciative of being here and being among some of these amazing honorees this evening. Turner considers itself a partner in the community, and our mission is really to engage young people in dreaming and thinking about a career in STEM, a career in construction that can truly open their minds to what opportunities exist for them. And so we've just been truly thankful to partner with the Gaskins Foundation and many other organizations in this community to support youth in STEM and encourage them to think beyond anything that might be possible. So thank you so much. We appreciate this honor and truly are humbled. So have a wonderful evening.
All right, all right, all right. How's everyone? Okay. Good evening. My name is Paula Lampley, and I am the Women in Engineering Director in the University of Cincinnati College of Engineering and Applied Science. Oh, wonderful. Yes. And I proudly work in the Office of Inclusive Excellence and Community Engagement, which is led by your own Assistant Dean Whitney Gaskins. I am here to present the Educator of the Year for grades 7 through 12. Dr. Johnson earned his Bachelor of Science and PhD in Electrical and Computer Engineering from the University of Cincinnati. After graduation, he joined the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, where he conducted research in machine intelligence and mathematical models of natural intelligence. Dr. Johnson left the Air Force for academia, first as a visiting assistant professor of computer science at Indiana University, before moving to the University of Toledo to help launch the bioengineering program. In 2003, he joined the new biomedical engineering program at the University of Cincinnati. In 2015, Dr. Johnson was an associate professor of biomedical engineering at the University of Cincinnati and the director of undergraduate studies for the biomedical, chemical, and environmental engineering programs. As the undergraduate director, one of his tasks was to address the historic lack of diversity in undergraduate engineering students. Coincidentally, Dr. Johnson was also coaching cross-country track and field at Mount Notre Dame, an all-girls high school. After discussing career plans with the very bright seniors on his team, he learned firsthand why so few high school girls chose STEM majors. They are not encouraged to choose STEM fields. In fact, many of the girls on his team were discouraged from majoring in STEM fields. By the start of the very next school year, Dr. Johnson was teaching geometry to freshman girls at Mount Notre Dame High School. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2022 STEMmys Educator of the Year for grades 7 through 12, Dr. Jeffrey Johnson.
Thank you. When I was coaching at Mount Notre Dame and still teaching at UC, I asked one of my runners what she planned to do when she went off to college, and she mentioned every single medical field in the world except one. So I asked her, well, why don't you be a doctor? And she said, my cousin told me that would be too hard for her. And I said, is your cousin a doctor? She said, no. And that's when I realized that as well as we can do with the students walking in the door at UC and get them through the program on time and to great careers, we just worked with the students that walked in the door. So if you don't make an impact on the students early in their life, somebody else will, and it will not be positive. So I want to thank, my father was an engineer and my mother was a teacher, and I did not know it at the time, but they were grooming me to be me. And I want to thank them, and I want to thank everybody that showed me some support throughout my career so I could get here. And I want to thank Dr. Gaskins for all she's done. I met her as an undergrad student and then helped her get through her PhD. And she's gone on and done some wonderful things that I can take a lot of pride in, that I was there at the beginning. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hi, I am Dr. Devonna Gatlin, PhD chemist, UC alum. I know it's a lot in here, so hey, go Bearcats. I am the recipient of the inaugural STEMmys Rising Star Award in 2019. I have the esteemed pleasure of honoring the Rising Star of the Year this year. To Danielle Anderson. She is a senior environmental health and safety manager at GE Additive Technology Center, where she has the responsibility of advancing the the environmental health and safety program, as well as maintaining the facility's infrastructure and site security. Danielle has received recognition for her implementation in different security programs in 2021. I'm like, well, 2021, and has received the award from her global safety team. Danielle began her career at GE Operations Management Leadership Program. During this time, she had the opportunity to support engine test operations in Avondale, Ohio. Also in Delaware, she looked at different sites for OSHA and improved on-time delivery. You've done a lot, girl. 30% or supervision in Dayton's repair shop. Danielle graduated from the University of Cincinnati with her bachelor's in environmental engineering in 2017. During her time at UC, she had the pleasure to serve as president of the National Society of Black Engineers, NSBE. I know it's a lot of NSBE people in here, so go NSBE. As well as co-founding and serving as president of the Society of Environmental Engineers. Danielle was also a pole vaulter on the UC women's track and field team. Danielle enjoys spending time with her husband, daughter, as well as her dog, as well as extended family and friends. She and her husband serve on the youth ministry at their church. So without further ado, the Rising Star of the Year award goes to Danielle Anderson.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much to the Gaskins Foundation for this award. I'm extremely honored to receive this. And I want to thank everyone that supported me up until this point getting here. I have to take a deep breath because Dr. Johnson just went before me. And one of the things that I recall as I started my college career in E3 is me coming up to talk to him in one of our classes. And I said, and he was like, And so coming up here, I just, now you guys know. But coming up here, I do want to just thank everyone that has taken the time to pour into me, to take the time to encourage me, to mentor me, to get to where I am now. It's extremely motivational coming through college and coming through UC to see strong leaders in Black excellence and the leadership that Dr. Gaskins and Delano provided. And I'm just really excited for what the Gaskins Foundation is doing and what they're planning in the future. So thank you so much.
Hey, another round of applause for our award winners. I am, again, I'm just excited to be in the room tonight. And as a scientist, I understand the value of when you can see someone that looks like you know that you can absolutely do that. You need to see it to be it, and I don't care what it is. So as a little girl growing up in Bassville, Mississippi, the first time that I knew that I could love science, I was in the 6th grade. My teacher was Mr. Artis Lewis, and he taught me that matter was anything that had weight and occupied space. It would be 4 years before I learned and had an experience where I loved science again, and that was when I took a chemistry class. And at that moment, I knew I wouldn't let it go. But it took 4 years for me to be excited about science again. So for the teachers and the educators in the room, I just say thank you, because you just pour into so many people in our communities, and we have to say thank you, because of you, we can be who we are. And so for all of the educators in the room, whether you are a teacher by training or not, the fact that you take the time to care and to invest in somebody else makes you an educator. So round of applause to you. I'm excited now to welcome to the stage Dr. Karen Bankston.
Good evening. Is everyone having a good time? Isn't this fabulous? Let's give the Gaskin Foundation a hand. I don't know why Delano and Whitney asked me to do this, this part, but we are going to do our best. As we continue with our program, we have to recognize our host for the evening. The Gaskins Foundation, as you heard earlier, was officially launched as a 501c3 federally recognized nonprofit organization in 2013. You also heard that before that, in 2009, that our own Dr. Whitney Gaskin was representing the state as Miss Black Ohio. Whitney's platform then was to increase the number of girls going into STEM fields. While the vision has expanded, the goal of increasing the number of underrepresented men and women going into STEM fields have remained the same. From hosting workshops to hosting year-round K-12 outreach programming, the foundation supports over 2,500 students every year. Their tireless work is supported through donations from family and friends. Friends and family like everyone. You get that? In this room. Look on your table. This is the part I have to do. I don't know, again, they know I don't have a problem begging. We are going to ask you to look on the table in front of you. There are donation envelopes. So we'd like you to take a few minutes to consider making a donation. You've heard from some of our awardees the kinds of things that help them. I know as someone who spent close to 50 years in the healthcare field, which is filled with science and math, I know how important it is to have someone to pour into you and to make sure that you are exposed to those things that will help you to even think that it's a possibility. There are a few ways to support. You can use the envelope to make a cash or check donation, or you can see Delano over there, wave your hand, son, who can safely and securely accept a credit card payment, or you may make a donation via text. So if you're going to text, just text the word STEMmys, capital STEMMYS, to 44321. Text STEMmys to 44321. Now listen, we'll take your one-time donation, but we'll also take a monthly donation if you so desire. All donations are tax deductible and go 100% to support the students through programming and/or scholarships. You may or may not be aware that all of the programming, the STEMmy, I always call it Saturday STEMmys, the Saturday stimulants, and everything are free. We do not charge the students who attend those programs. Thank you for your support. Now let's get back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next presenters, Pete Strange, Clementine Adeyemi, and Shauna Murphy.
Greetings, my name is Pete Strange. I am the Chairman Emeritus of Messer Construction Company. I bring you greetings from my people, old white men. It has been and is a privilege to support Dr. Gaskins as she works to move my people from merely good intentions to some good and effective action in the areas of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It is also my honor to present the Entrepreneur of the Year Award to my friend, Dr. Melvin Gravely. Mel Gravely is the CEO and Chairman of the Board of Triversity Construction Company, a Cincinnati-based commercial construction company. Triversity specializes in providing construction services to large, complex organizations with ongoing construction needs. Under Gravely's leadership since 2011, the firm has grown consistently and has built a performance-based reputation. Triversity is now one of the top 10 construction companies in the greater Cincinnati region. Gravely is the author of 9 books, including When Black and White Makes Green, and his latest, Dear White Friends, The Realities of Race, The Power of Relationships, and Our Path to Equity. He's an active civic leader serving multiple corporate and nonprofit organizations, including Represent OTR, the Cincinnati Regional Business Committee. He was former co-chair. Dr. Gravely has also served on the boards of Thomas More College, the United Way of Southwest Ohio, Drake Hospital, Arts Wave, Spring Grove Funeral Homes, the Regional Economic Development Initiative known as READY, and is a former board chair of the Greater Cincinnati USA Regional Chamber. Mel graduated from Mount Union University with a BS in computer science, holds an MBA from Kent State University and a PhD from the Union Institute and University. He has received several awards and distinctions, including the Larry Albice Entrepreneurship Award, Women Mentor of the Year, 40 Under 40 Award, multiple IBM 100% clubs, the Men of Honor Award, and the 2020 Carl H. Lindner Award for Entrepreneurial and Civic Spirit. He is married to Chandra Webb Gravely, a physician with UC Health. They live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and have 3 adult children and 1 granddaughter. Here to accept the award on behalf of Mel is Jim Watkins, President of Triversity Construction. Jim?
You know, I wish I could be there with you this evening, and I apologize. My wife and I are traveling overseas. When I got the notification about this award, I was surprised and excited. I thought people had forgotten about my technology background. So I do want to thank the STEMmys for selecting me. I also want to thank the Gaskin Foundation. But I want to thank the people who continue to line up next to me and contribute to building a better, more inclusive, more intentional community. I want to thank you for your friendship and your support. And again, we've got much more to do. I look forward to working with you for it. Thanks again.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Clementine Adiemi, and I'm a third-year doctoral student here at University of Cincinnati. And I'm here tonight to present the STEMmys Award for Graduate Student of the Year to my friend and mentor, Evan Brooks. Evan is a PhD candidate in molecular and developmental biology here at the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine and the Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center. He's a North Carolina native who earned his bachelor's degree in biological sciences from North Carolina State University. His PhD research has focused on understanding how the development of the lower jaw skeleton is disrupted in a rare disease called orofacial digital syndrome. And his research has been funded by several competitive fellowships, including a predoctoral fellowship from the National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research, the Albert C. Yates and Albert J. Ryan Fellowships from the University of Cincinnati. Evan's research has also been featured in 2 premier journals in developmental biology, and while in grad school, Evan has been heavily involved with diversity initiatives here at University of Cincinnati. He served as the president of University of Cincinnati SACNAS chapter, where he provides minority graduate and undergraduate students in STEM with peer mentoring and career development opportunities. He's also helped establish the Black Biomedical Graduate Student Group, which provides Black graduate students at the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine with opportunities to network and build community. He has also been a volunteer with the UC McNair Scholars Program for sessions focused on graduate school interviews and application preparation. After finishing his PhD, Evan hopes to pursue postdoctoral research focused on the molecular mechanisms of facial development while continuing to gain teaching experience, and hopes to be a professor at a historically Black college or university or a small liberal arts college. It is with extreme pleasure I seek to present this year's Graduate Student of the Year Award.
Thank you so much, Clementine, and thank you to the Gaskins Foundation. You know, I was as coming up in rural North Carolina, I was fortunate to be able to be, to be empowered by numerous community members and teachers and that do similar programs like those that the Gaskins Foundation does. So just to keep it really brief, because I do get nervous if I stand up here too long, I would like to thank my parents first. So they made the drive all the way from North Carolina, just barely missing the hurricane. They put up with me talking to them about mouse genetics and chicken embryos. They don't understand a word I'm saying, but that's okay because they know at the end of it I'll have a PhD. Also, thank you to all the communities that I've had back home in North Carolina and also that I've made here in Cincinnati. I'm really thankful for this award and thank you for all the support that the Cincinnati area has given me during my time here. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everybody, and congratulations tonight, first to the Gaskins Foundation, and then secondly to all of the award recipients. My name is Shauna Murphy, and I am the Chief of Student, Family, and Community Engagement for Cincinnati Public Schools, and I am also a very long-time fan of the next honoree, the Community Advocate of the Year. Just as we want to honor all of the engineers, the doctors, the educators who provide opportunities, community advocates who provide similar opportunities are equally critical. I'm here to introduce one of those great advocates, a native of Cincinnati, Mrs. Patricia Stewart Adams, received a Bachelor of Science and a master's degree in education from the University of Cincinnati. Patricia began her career as a teacher in the Mount Healthy School District. She soon became a reading specialist working with students and schools to close the achievement gap in reading. Patricia spent 2 years as an assistant principal and 12 years as a principal in the Cincinnati Public School District, where she retired in 2012. She also worked at the University of Cincinnati as an adjunct professor in the Administrative Development Academy, ADA, training educators to become successful principals. She has 45 years of educational experiences working with diverse student populations. Patricia's passion to see low-income students become successful led her to the founding executive director position at Grad Cincinnati in 2001. Grad Cincinnati's mission is to raise expectations and achievement for all students by building high-impact partnerships within the community to provide a premier college readiness, access, and support programs working with Cincinnati Public Schools, serving over 35,000 students with resources that they need to achieve academically, graduate high school, and enroll in a post-secondary education opportunity. Under her leadership, Grad Cincinnati has awarded over $1.2 million in scholarships to grad scholars college-bound. But $1.2 million. Patricia has always used her background and experiences to improve our community. She has served on leadership boards for many organizations, including President for Advocates for Youth Education, Good Samaritan School of Nursing Board of Directors, the Center for Closing the Health Gap, Lateria Dalton Foundation Incorporated, and the Sigma Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Patricia was awarded the Celebrate Excellence Award by the Hamilton County Education Foundation as an Outstanding Educator of the Year. She is a member of the House of Joy Ministries and serves on the Education Committee. Patricia says her greatest joy is hearing from past students who share how Grad Cincinnati has positively impacted their lives. She thoroughly enjoys working with grad staff and the team members, board members, volunteers, and other stakeholders who are fervently and passionately committed to improving the lives of students we serve and truly understand that graduation really achieves dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's STEMmy Advocate of the Year, Ms. Patricia Stewart Adams.
Well, that was a major surprise because I see Shauna all the time, and she never mentioned anything to me. So Shauna, I really appreciate you and the work that you're doing right now to build community partnerships within Cincinnati Public Schools. And I especially appreciate the fact that Grad Cincinnati is one of your major partners in Cincinnati Public Schools. Many of the people out here in the audience, we have partnered with many organizations to make certain that our students receive what they need to not only go to college, but at least graduate from high school and go on to pursue their career, whatever that career may be. My passion is students. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be standing here 45 years doing this. I'm trying to figure out a way to ease out of it, but every time I try, something else comes along that makes me want to stay because education is my passion. It's a passion that God gave to me, and I really feel that the work that I'm doing is because this is where God wants me to be. I would like to thank Cincinnati Public Schools again for allowing us to partner with them and help so many students to pursue their education and graduate and go on to college or career. I would also like to thank the Grad Cincinnati Board, because without them behind me, I don't know if I could keep doing this. But my board members have been on the board for many years with me, and they support me in so many different ways. My staff is outstanding. I could not do this without my staff. So I would like you to give a round of applause to my staff and to the Board of Grad. Tonight, I have a special friend that's sitting next to me, and that's Deborah Alsop. And she also is an advocate in the community to make sure that education is achieved by our students. She is the former director of Families Forward, so I'd like to thank Debbie, because she is my rock. I also would like to thank my husband, because he's the one that sees me coming in late every night, and I'm calling him and saying, "Did you fix something for dinner? What do you want me to pick up?" But he always supports me in the work that I'm doing, so I would like to thank Clarence Adams for that. And the first person I probably tried to educate is my brother, who is sitting there. That's David Stewart, Dr. David Stewart. And I started educating him on the steps. We played rock school, and he had to do what I said to do then. So I've been a bossy teacher for a long time. I have a special student here, and that's Whitney Hollingsworth. She is a product of engineering, the College of Engineering. She graduated from Western Hills High School, and she was the valedictorian of her class. But I want to also say to the Gaskins Foundation, the STEMmys Award, I am so honored to stand here today. And when Delano told me, I was so surprised. He said, "Did you read your email?" And I was like, "What email?" But I'm standing here, Delano, because you made sure that I got here. So thank you so much for all that you did to make sure that I got here on time. And also to everybody out here that is supporting students in any kind of way. You never know, a kind word, encouragement, just pushing them. You can make a difference, and you are making a difference. Thank you so very much.
This has been a wonderful evening. And as we near the end of such a great event, we would be remiss if we did not give a final reminder to the substantial purpose of this event. We have recognized so many great leaders, but are also here to support our youth. Here, right now, we get to honor the 3 STEMmy scholars of our VIP reception. These young men and women are pursuing STEM degrees and will receive a book scholarship to support their journey. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a minute to recognize these scholars. Danielle Hall, a Hughes STEM high school graduate studying biomedical engineer at the University of Cincinnati. Danielle, if you're here, please stand. Next, we have Justin Tatum Jr., also a graduate of Hughes STEM High School, who is majoring in aerospace engineering at the University of Cincinnati. Justin's in the back. And finally, Marin Belletru of Walnut Hills, graduating, currently enrolled at Columbia University. Ladies and gentlemen, here to present our final set of honorees, please welcome Dr. Howard Elliott, Dr. Christopher Lewis, and Dr. Whitney Gaskins.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Howard Elliott. I'm here to present the STEMmys Engineer of the Year Award. I was honored last year and very surprised to be the honoree of that award. I want to thank the Gaskins Foundation, and I know Karen Bankston had something to do with that, so I want to thank her, my old partner in crime. So let's talk a little bit about our honoree this evening, Pamela Williams Dial. Pamela has a love of science since her teenage years when a high school chemistry class sparked a passion. The passion is evident in the periodic table of elements that she has framed as a piece of art and through her educational achievements. Pamela holds a Bachelor of Arts in Chemistry from Oberlin College, a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, and a Master of Science in Chemical Engineering from Washington University in St. Louis, where her research was in the flow characteristics of encapsulated particles. Pamela is currently the upstream process and engineering senior director at Procter & Gamble Personal Healthcare Business. In this role, she is responsible for technology development and innovation for brands such as Metamucil, Vicks, and ZzzQuil. Pamela is a visionary and strategic leader skilled in developing and implementing comprehensive systems to solve technical and organizational problems. She has 25 years experience working in multiple Procter & Gamble business units, including dish detergents, diapers, facial, bath tissue, paper towels, beauty products, in the divisions of engineering and manufacturing in countries in Europe, Asia, and North America. At Procter & Gamble, Pamela is a recipient of the 2019 Product Supply African American Ancestry Leadership Network Engineering Transformational Leader Award, the 2012 Global Baby Care Process and Engineering Division Director's Choice Award, and the 2004 Family Care Engineers Making Major Impact Award. Pamela is a life member of Alpha Kappa Sorority Incorporated. She is currently a member of the Phi Psi Omega chapter in Forest Park, where she served as president from 2015 to 2016 and was recognized by the Great Lakes region with the Margaret Davis Bowen Outstanding Alumni Chapter President Award. She is also a member of the Queen City chapter of the Lynx Incorporated, where she served as treasurer. Pamela is married to William Dial V, enjoys running and marathons, snow skiing with her family, serving as an alumni recruiter for her alma maters, and volunteering with her parish, St. Joseph Catholic Church. She resides in Cincinnati, Ohio. Congratulations for this award.
Thank you for this wonderful honor. I'd like to congratulate the other honorees and also thank the Gaskin Foundation, the STEMmy Selection Committee, my husband, William, or Bill, and my P&G colleagues that are here to support me. Support and advocacy is really an important aspect of any career journey and anything that you choose to pursue. and I truly appreciate that support. I think back when I was studying chemistry as an undergraduate student, I'll never forget my professor, advisor at the time, who discouraged me to continue studying chemistry, told me that I should change my major because I was never going to amount to anything in the sciences. And that experience just fueled my passion to continue to study science on to graduate school, and also to pour into others and to be a mentor and an inspiration to other people so that they wouldn't give up on their dreams of a STEM career. And so I never really anticipated getting an award, and it was a great surprise and a wonderful honor, and another source of encouragement that I should keep moving on my journey and keep inspiring and mentoring others. So thank you so much for this honor.
Ooh, my favorite, Tribe Called Quest. Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Lewis. I'm the Vice Provost of Academic Programs at the University of Cincinnati and a family physician at UC Health. I do believe, unless the script has changed, that I might be the last person on stage before Dr. Gaskins takes the stage. And I've got the pleasure of introducing a longtime friend of mine, but first, I just wanted to say something about Dr. Gaskins and her husband, Delano. What they have done here tonight is truly remarkable. I was at the first STEMmys many, many years ago. How many years ago was it? 5, 6? 4? Seems like a long time ago. But what you've done and how you've scaled this event and your impact is truly remarkable. Many of you know Dr. Gaskins for working in the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences at the University of Cincinnati, which has a little over 6,000 students between undergraduate and graduate students. But she is a key decision maker in decisions that happen at the university level. She's making decisions on a regular basis that impact the lives and careers and families of 48,000 students. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, another round of applause for Dr. Whitney and Delano. There is not a black doctor in the greater Cincinnati region, or the tri-state region for that matter, that does not know the name of C. Keith Melvin, MD. He graduated from Withrow High School, Fisk University, and the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine. He completed his internship and residency in internal medicine at the Jewish Hospital in Cincinnati and has practiced clinical medicine for over 40 years. He is currently the attending physician for the Graduate Medical Education Program of Jewish Hospital, where he teaches intern and resident physicians. He is also an assistant clinical professor of medicine at the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine, where he teaches medical students during their 4 years of school, emphasizing the African American student population. He's a lecturer and a motivational speaker. He has been a National Grand Rounds Series lecturer, has spoken at local high schools, men's health programs regionally, and has promoted health and wellness to the African American community nationally for years. He is president and CEO of Community Health Speaks and president of the Black and White Cancer Survivors Foundation, which promotes early cancer detection by encouraging timely and vigilant cancer screening so more lives can be saved. And Dr. Melvin, I'm supposed to keep reading at this point, but I want to pause. My late mother, who died of cancer, and my late father-in-law, who died of cancer, were regular attendees of your Black and White Cancer Survivors Ball, and the impact that you have had through that event alone has touched thousands and thousands of lives. So thank you for that. Dr. Melvin's efforts have served to mitigate the health disparities of our community. He also led the Mercy Health team with the first COVID testing site in the urban core of Cincinnati, where 5,000 tests were administered in my hometown that I was born in, Bond Hill. He has received the Health Champion Award, the Citation of Excellence Award, and the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Closing the Health Gap. He was the Business Courier's Healthcare Hero and was awarded the Pillar of the Community Award presented by the University of Cincinnati's African American Alumni Association. Lastly, he recently received the prestigious Daniel Drake Humanitarian Award from the Cincinnati Academy of Medicine, the Academy's highest honor. Perhaps more important than all those honors and awards are the many lives that he's touched and what those people have accomplished. Dr. Melvin, you have trained countless medical students, residents, and young physicians, and I count myself among the many, many people who are fortunate to have had you in our lives as a mentor, as a physician, as a teacher, and a healer. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for this evening's Lifetime Achievement in STEM Award winner, Dr. C. Keith Melvin.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad that you all stood and gave me this standing ovation, because as the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, I was going to demand that I receive a standing ovation. Because it is a lifetime of achievements. Many of you will have an opportunity to be up here to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award because of what you are doing in your beginnings. This year, I was blessed and I turned 70 years old. I know I don't look like I'm 70. But it has been a long, long journey, a long career for me, and I am still working hard. But I'm no longer practicing just plain medicine, seeing 25 or 30 people a day. And what I'm doing now is teaching 50 young doctors so that they can see 25 or 30 people every day. And they are very diverse and inclusive, and they're from all over the world. And this is what I'm trying to do now. In the beginning, when we're talking about STEM, before there was STEM, Dr. Thompson, my brother's a physician. My mother, who is here, she's 92 years old, a first grade teacher for 50 years. My sister's here, she's been teaching for 47 years. My brother is an ophthalmologist. He's here in Cincinnati also, but let me just say where it started. We lived in Portsmouth, Ohio, and when I was 6 years old, my brother was 7, we used to put rocks on the train tracks in front of our house so that the train would run over it and make dust out of the rocks. And we started calling it our chemistry set. So we moved to Cincinnati, and in 1960, our parents bought us an extensive 3-door chemistry set that had a microscope, and I was only in the 2nd grade and he was in the 3rd. So in the beginning of our lives, we had, before this acronym of STEM had even showed up, our parents, who were teachers, had provided a STEM environment for us where we had hands-on in 1960. And now we have realized, and we have now created an environment where we call it STEM and other acronyms to teach our young people to have hands-on critical thinking and create things. But this is how it has begun, and this is how it must continue. In my career, I was the first of this, and the second one of that, and the first of this. And you break down the doors, you create a trail, leave a path, and darn if you don't turn around and see a bigger, thicker, stronger, larger door behind you. That's what we must continue to eliminate by these kinds of programs, and thank God for the Gaskins Foundation, because they have created an environment whereby people like you all, who have skills, who have talent, who have desires, are now having opportunities so that we can continue to create the kinds of people and the diversity and inclusion that is required to make this a great country and great world. It is the new day. Now, I had to try to figure out how to see the program because I'm 70, but I did take the picture and scan it, and I knew that it looked like I was going to be the last to present. So I have come up to the new day. And as I said, I was blessed to be 70 years old. But I still have a long, long way to go. And men like Dr. Chris Lewis, Men like Dr. Odell Owens. Odell Owens, 5, 6 years ahead of me. He was a mentor who I saw, who was my immediate predecessor. I saw him and said, you know what? I want to do some of the things like what Odell Owens is doing. And so I began. And then behind me, I've seen guys like Dr. Christopher Lewis who have continued this. I am from Cincinnati. I went to Withrow High School. Chris Lewis went to Walnut Hills. Dr. Odell Owens went to Woodward. Let me end in saying this. It is so unfortunate at this point because I don't see anybody from the Woodwards and Withrows coming behind me. So let's continue to support the Gaskins Foundation because there are some kids from the Withrows and Woodwards in our communities that still can and still will survive and create with creative thinking, just like Dr. Keith Melvin did, Dr. Chris Lewis, and Dr. Odell Owens. Thank you very much.
Can we just give Dr. C. Keith Melvin, see, I never put the C before, another round of applause. I'm trying not to be emotional. You can blame, I'm just going to blame it on pregnancy hormones, but I don't think that's it. But I'm excited to give our last award this evening because just as we heard from our lifetime honoree, this is important to me because this is a scholarship award that we raise so much funds for and what we're trying to do to inspire youth. This is a scholarship that means a lot to me personally because we named it after our angel in heaven, Wesley White. So we heard from our honorees. They've had different journeys. They all started as bright-eyed college students, ready to learn and take on the world. But one of those challenges that students face is the cost, the financial burden of college. There's been a lot of news about student loan forgiveness and who should go to college and who shouldn't, who deserves to be there and who doesn't. And I just want to make sure that we are opening the doors, not closing them. The opportunities for everybody. And I don't like that we lose some of our talent and pathway because of cost. So this is something that we're excited to give in honor. It's a $2,500 unrestricted scholarship presented for a student entering college in the fall of 2023. And this year's recipient is Miss Anya Brown. Anaya, I am so sorry. I need to do that again. I said Anya, and that is not that child's name, and I want to make sure everyone honors her because it's Anaya Brown, and I got ahead of myself. What is also important to me is that she is a student at Cincinnati Public Schools. She goes to Hughes STEM High School, and she is planning to go in the healthcare field. So can we just give her also some encouragement and a round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm at a loss for words. You have a lot of stuff to carry.
Yes. Hi everyone, my name is Anaya Brown. This award and scholarship it means so much to me because growing up, it was just like, my mama always told me, do whatever you put your mind to. I changed what I want to do like 10,000 times. I was like designer, firefighter. I was like, I want to do something. But as long as I'm helping people, it was always like, I want to help people no matter what. Hughes gave me like the biggest opportunity of my life. I'm right now in a mentorship with Good Sam. It's called School to Work. And I go to the hospital before school every day. And it's so inspiring to me to be in a room with people who dedicated their life to helping other people, because being at the hospital every day is being around doctors. I'm just like, this is everything I could ask for and more. So thank you so much to the Gaskin Foundation, to my mom for always reminding me that I can do whatever I put my mind to. Thank you to Hughes for all the opportunities they gave me. And thank you so much, everyone. I think I'm not done. Thank you so much.
And this is
Oh my gosh.
Can I have Delano join me on stage? So that was our last award for the evening, but we can't let you go without giving you a little bit more information and saying some thank yous.
So I'm going to go off script
and
say something.
Okay.
One, so I had the opportunity to do profiles on the people. So basically, I get to go around. Lorenzo and I just go all over the city and talk to people, and so it's been amazing, but it's not enough. Because these stories and the stories you hear, we want to continue to tell those stories. I tell this story, tell what happened. So we interviewed Dr. Melvin, and Dr. Melvin called me the next day, and I knew what he was going to say, because he said, when we going to do my interview again? And I said, I knew it was coming because I felt the same way. I feel the same way about everyone. And he said, if you go on Facebook, you'll see we have quick profiles of the honorees. He said, we need a bigger platform to tell these stories. And I fully agree. And so I just want everybody, if you get a chance, to talk to some of these people. Like I said, you may see the 5 minutes, but I've been late to meetings and all kind of different things because we just had conversations about what it's like to get into this space, to excel in this space, and to help others to get into this space. And so we'll be working on it because we want to profile and get deeper profiles so the community can see these people who are the heroes, who often take a back seat to our athletes and our musicians, and we need to see them. But what I was going off script to say is, and not everybody got theirs, and so I don't even get one. But our winners, in addition to their trophies, and I know some people came up here and didn't get theirs, this is a lapel pin. This is the STEMmys lapel pin. So if you got an award and didn't get your lapel pin, make sure you come back and get one. So we are creating that network, and we are creating a group. And only STEMmys, honorees, scholars, and community champions will get this. And so earlier today, we invited some of our former winners to come back because a lot of them hadn't had a chance to actually get this kind of reception where it was virtual. And I know we didn't get a lot of them, but if you have received any of the STEMmys Awards in the first in-person year or the second and third virtual year, we want you to stand up and be recognized as well. And we want to thank you for joining us. And again, our hope is to build a community so where we can go out and talk to not just each other, but we can go into the schools and so they can hear some of these stories about the work that's being done. So we hope to continue that work. Now let me get back to the script. Thank you. So everyone here has made it possible, not just for the awards, but as Whitney said, for helping us give another scholarship to a student. And we're intentional about giving that student that award in their senior year. Because we try our best for finances not to be the reason that a student doesn't go. So we want to make sure that they know when they're accepting an application and when they're reviewing their finances, how much money they have. And we give away the secret. We tell them we give the check to you, because we know some of these schools, when you get a check, they take away some of your financial aid, so it's a net zero. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying that. Okay. So we make sure, so you got your award, you keep your award, and whatever you do with your award, it's your money. So this year we gave 3 STEMmy scholarships and a Wesley White Memorial Scholarship. And so our goal next year is to give 15 STEMmys book scholarships and 2 Wesley White Memorial Scholarships. And so we're asking for partnerships on a STEMmy scholarship. And so this is not in the script, but I do want to say this. So for the STEMmy scholarship, we ask an organization to recommend a person. And so we ask the fraternities and sororities and community groups to recommend a person. And if they give them a scholarship, we'll match the scholarship, or if they don't give a scholarship, we'll give them a scholarship. So a lot of times what we hear is this real? Y'all just giving us money for somebody we gave a scholarship? Yes, because we understand that the burden is a community piece. So if you're a member of the organization that gives students awards that are going into STEM, we'll send you a form and you just tell us who they are. We don't vote on it, we don't talk about it, we just say you were recommended and we're giving you this award. And again, we want to give 2 Wesley White Memorial Scholarships because these awards are 100% funded by our village, and we understand that they help remove the burden of scholarship. So if you do have your donation envelopes, you can leave those at the front table, and we thank you. And so as we close, we want to tell you about a few things coming up. One, we want to thank the Graduate Hotel Cincinnati for hosting our event. And so on March 13th of 2023, in conjunction with Women's History Month, we're going to host the first Women in STEM Honors on that date. So keep that on your calendar because we are part of our goal and part of our new strategic plan is to focus on STEM showcases and more activities to showcase people. So the inaugural Women in STEM Honors will be right here on Monday, March 13th. And it's a luncheon, and you'll be hearing more information on that. Our 5th Annual STEMmys Awards will be held on October 7th, 2023. So we have our date, and so we'll be working with groups to make sure there aren't other things going on that same date. We want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So a lot of it is that we don't communicate. So we want to make sure that people know when our event is, because we know there are events in the community where we don't want people to have to choose because we all work together. So when we look at our calendar, we make sure we're not bumping into the black and white gala. We make sure we're not bumping into the Men of Honor event that Claudia Abercrombie does. So we want to make sure that when people in Cincinnati are thinking about the things to do in the community, that they know that STEMmys is coming up on that first Saturday in October every year.
And I just want to take some time to say thank you again for joining us this evening. Thank you for our sponsors, our friends, my little one who is enjoying himself and has been running around the room, and just all of you for supporting this initiative and this cause. This event wouldn't be possible without all of you in the room. We'll get your balloon. He wants his balloon. It wouldn't be possible without all of you. So we want to just say thank you. And please, if you feel compelled to support our cause, there are envelopes on your table. You can text the number. And if you want more information, please feel free to reach out. I know that you probably are ready to get on the dance floor. So let's go ahead and say thank you to the board of directors of the Gaskins Foundation. If you guys could stand, I just want to say thank you to you. Thank you to Lorenzo, who is our videographer extraordinaire. He works on probably, 10 projects with us throughout the year, and so we want to say thank you to you. DJ Blue. Oh, go ahead.
And I want to thank all the presenters.
Yes.
So getting presenters that match the level and appreciation of our honorees is almost as much of a task as making sure that the honorees are here and taken care of, because again, it's about that community, and we want to make sure that the people who presented held some kind of special place through the foundation or through the presenter. So thank you to the presenters, because I send a lot of emails to make sure that you know like where to sit after your award gets called. So I want to thank everybody who presented today. And to our host.
And I have to say thank you to our host. You were amazing, and so thank you so much for joining us this evening. And all of our community of volunteers. There have been people running around helping us all week. This is our 4th thing this week that we've kicked off, and so we just want to say thank you to you. We love and value your support. And so without further ado, the dance floor is open.